We have some breaking news regarding the tariff situation between the US and China. My name is Noah Wickham. I'm sales director here at My Amazon Guy. And as many of you know, there has been 125% tariff for a little over a month now on all Chinese imports. This has had a drastic effect on overall Amazon sellers within the US, as 60% of goods on Amazon are actually produced in China, or at least they were produced in China. Well, just this morning, we have received word that the US and China agreed to slash tariffs for 90 days in a major trade breakthrough. So, going from the 125% tariff that we had all the way down to the same exact 10% tariff that every other country has as well. Now, we will still have the 20% duties for the imports relating to fentanyl on all Chinese goods. So, China stands at a 30% tariff rate, including the duties now, which is substantially better, in my opinion, than 125%. That technically is 145% with that 20% duty. So we are in a much, much better position. Again, this is going to last for about 90 days. We are unsure what the next step of this would be. Is this going to be a major trade deal in general? Is this going to be good for everyone? Is this going to have any effect on things like de minimis in the future? We don't know any of that yet. But what we do know is, at least for the next 90 days, we get some reprieve. Now, the big thing that I am going to push sellers to do right now, if you have not, get inventory in right now. This is the time, especially if you've been waiting with a bonded warehouse, if you have inventory that is just waiting at the border in some capacity, inventory that is about to come in, or if you only have about a 30-day window from time of placing order to when inventory is in, I would get inventory in now. Honestly, I might start prepping for Q4 inventory needs right now. We don't know what's going to happen in 90 days. We don't even know if this actual agreement for the 30% is going to last all 90 days. What we do know, however, is that this is very in line with what we initially were saying. Sit around and wait until things get better. This is the sign for things getting a little bit better. This is the reprieve that we are necessarily needing within the Amazon space as sellers. So I would absolutely, if you have not already, try and get that as soon as possible. Now, a couple other things they do mention in this. One of the things I do find kind of interesting, where essentially they are talking as well about the pressure. So this is still substantially higher than any of the other countries that we know of currently. So that is something to keep in mind, where if you already moved your manufacturing to another country, or potentially now you have manufacturing in two countries, maybe you moved it to Vietnam and you have China, that's actually a good thing in my mind. You're diversifying your overall portfolio, where you can get manufacturing from. If one warehouse or one manufacturer is a little slow, you can go to the other one, say, hey, we need to pick it up, right? So this isn't necessarily going to be something where it's like we're flipping our head every 90 days or anything like that. It could be, but in my opinion, most people are going to come out of this better for the simple fact that they now have diversification. So overall, I'm really happy with this move. Really happy that we have finally gotten something here. I was very afraid that we were going to just continue on with 145%. I know how hard that has been on so many sellers, but again, if you haven't already, I would very much this morning go ahead, try and get inventory in, especially if you've been using a bonded warehouse, especially if you only have roughly a 60-day window from manufacturing to on land shore. I would get your inventory in for things like Prime Day. I may even extend that, like I said, out into Q4. Just get yourself prepped. It will be a short-term cost with the extra fulfillment that you're going to need to pay for, comparatively to the potential of in 90 days we go back to that 125/145%. So any other news that comes out on this, we will keep you posted. Again, if you like content like this and you like to see breaking news that comes through for Amazon sellers and e-commerce sellers in general, click that subscribe button down below. Thanks.